Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Night Patrol. Taking a big chance on this one. Now Justin Long's in it, and I like Justin Long. I've always liked him. So hopefully this works out. It's an hour and 43 minutes long, but Jermaine Fowler is also in it, and CM Punk, Dermot Mulroney is in it, and it's Mike Ferguson looks familiar, but I don't know. Sure, some other people. But here's the thing: it's 4.3 on IMDb. 1,400 people rated it so far. That's not great. Oh, it's vampire, B horror, vampire horror, horror, mystery, and thriller. Like I said, 1,404 people rated it. An LA cop discovers a local task force is hiding a secret that puts the residents of his childhood neighborhood into danger. I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough week, man. It's tough. Like I said, nothing came out this Tuesday. So I'm scratching and I'm crawling, whatever I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of different things to try and find a good movie. But you got to watch these ones too. You know, people spent their time. Justin Long's in it. There's some people in it. People directed it, put money towards this thing. So let's support them because I'm sure their vision is pretty good. So who knows? Maybe people are wrong. I'll find out. Or at least I'll tell you what I think. I don't know. Nobody's wrong. All right, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Night Patrol, and if you don't watch much of this, I would just say you don't have to watch that movie. I'll go into greater detail. I even took some notes, but with Justin, whatever Long, I guess, whatever, it doesn't matter what his name is. Sometimes he is working in a lot of these kinds of movies, just like Dermot Mulroney. Bruce Willis did it for a time, but his were a little bit different. Nicolas Cage kind of does it. They take anything, it seems like these you know these films that are just, I don't know, not what I would expect them to be in. And I don't know if it's a struggling money thing or if it's like, hey, they're just addicted to acting. I don't know, but you've seen these people go down this path. Nothing wrong with that. I'm happy because then I get to see them in different movies. But now I see Justin Long doing this type of thing too. So him and Dermot Rooney, now they collided. You know what I mean? And they're in the same movie together. And it's just not, I don't know. There's no, like, I always think he's funny. You've seen Accepted, you've seen all these other movies that he's done. He's sometimes funny. There's no humor in this one, right? So he's part of this night patrol, becomes part of this night patrol thing that is just vampires. And then they're vampires going against, like, the hood, the Bloods and the Crips. And so it really, it had to be intended this way. At first, I was like, man, this is very racial, but I think that's the intent, was like that's the idea behind all of this. And it's like, oh, okay, they're making that on purpose, right? And it at first it has an interesting concept that, hey, everybody wants to join the night patrol. Justin Long's um, dad was part of the thing, and he died, and he wants to figure out what happened, and he wants to follow his father's footsteps. And the whole beginning of the movie, he's got this dip in, like, chew in his front lip, and it's just like, I get it, you know what I mean? You want that to be part of the character's brand or whatever, but it's annoying. It's not like it's effective at first, and it's like, okay, man, but the whole time it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, disguise it a little bit, just give him the bump. Don't have him talk with his lip out like that the whole time. I don't get it. Like, it's, oh, I don't know. And then, but that's a little bit annoying, but it's more of a, how he gets to where he's going to be, how he gets on night patrol, and his partner, and all that kind of stuff. And there's something going on. They start you kind of from the end and work back. Like, it's okay, right? I get it where we're going, and I'm glad I knew vampires were in it, because it would have, I don't know, if I would have been blindsided by it, it wouldn't have been that great. But it's not that great anyway, right? So then you're getting, and now it gets into the war. You know what I mean? Now the vampires are coming out. They're coming after, this publicly funded, um, public housing system, right? That's what they're coming after, right? Um, and like the mother of, one of the victims ultimately, or whatever, um, she's like all into the Zulu stuff. Like she knows all the ancient stuff about like how to protect them and how to stop them. Like the old like garlic and the crosses kind of thing. But she's got it like from her roots, um, and so she's got this whole idea. She's standing up sticks, these totems and stuff like that. That's going to keep none of this stuff works. You know what I mean? She has them dress up and all this weird kind of like if they were going for the humor part, but they weren't. It was like more of like this is serious. Like this woman knows what's going on. She's really into it and she understands all this. And she's got pamphlets that she goes around and hands out, right? And says, here's all the stuff. They're reading these pamphlets. It means nothing. Like there's nothing in the pamphlet where it was like, oh, the map to how to do all this. No, it's I don't know. It was, and then they're the Crips and the Bloods unite to fight these vampires, and she's like, "Read the They're in the middle of this, war, and she's telling the one, blood, go ahead, read the pamphlet, and then they're fighting over who's reading the pamphlet. But it's not meant to be funny, and the dialogue throughout this whole thing, like not the brightest bulb in the shed, right? And so dialogue normally doesn't matter to me, but this stood out to me. Like it was just bad the way the gangsters were talking to each other throughout this whole thing. Again, if it was meant to be humorous, you know what I mean? I would okay, but they weren't. Like what they were saying was like serious talk about how they're going to kill vampires and how it's going to work, and it wasn't supposed to be. At least I don't think it was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be them really like, hey, you gotta stab in the heart kind of stuff. But it worse than that. If you see it, you'll see what I mean. And then two other quick things, right? So then, the idea is, I mean, vampires want blood. So they have this mobile blood tank, it seems like, right? So, like these night patrol people, these vampires, they want blood, they want to store it. And they keep showing this blood tank, like that they're filling up with these people. Okay. But here, I guess they brought it to this public housing area. It's not like back at their lair or anything like that. They show it like they're there, and you see it in the background. What's going on in the back? Oh, that's where they have their blood tank that they wheeled in, and two cages, with all the people in it. Like that, they're just. It was just like what? So they brought. It's a traveling blood tank that they're going to bring on site, so they can collect all this blood. It was like, what? And then finally, there's a scene, and if you watch this, hopefully you look for these things. Whatever. There's this running scene. This guy and his mom, the mom who knows all the ancestral, get mythical or whatever it is, like go back to our roots, and that's how we're going to defeat them kind of woman, right? And their son, they're running. And I mean, the running, like you could tell they're running slow, right? Like for effect. Like it's not in slow motion. It was like, don't run, and I get it. Like when you're filming, it's like you don't run full speed, although you're supposed to be running full speed, but you got to make it look more theatrical. But you could truly tell there. And I'm like, all right, okay. But then they show like the facial vision as they're running. Again, if it was meant for humor, you know what I mean? It's like, this is a silly kind of thing. But it wasn't. It was meant for effect. Like the vampires were chasing them, and it was just, like the smoke behind them, and oh my gosh. And I don't really. I'm not trying to make. I mean, people put all their heart and passion into all this stuff, and 1,000 times better than what I can do. But it wouldn't be fair to me not to call out these things after I spent an hour and 40 some odd minutes watching this movie. So that's what I got for you. I don't know if you're into vampires versus the hood type stuff. I think there are movies like that before. This is just another take on it. I don't know. There's that. Up to the hour, an hour of it, digestible, I'd say. But after that hour and 12 is when I paused it. I was like, hour and 12, man, I got to remember that. That's where it was just like, wow, now I'm really like nitpicky on the film. So anyway, that's what I got for you. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.